What is up? Welcome to the live stream. So excited that you guys can be with us today. Woohoo. I love Mondays. Mondays are probably some of my favorite days ever, to be super honest with you. So, super excited that you're on the live stream. Hey, if you're watching this after the live stream comes on, that is a-okay. You can comment down below. As always, like, subscribe, interact in that way. And super excited for you to be here. For those of you who are on the live stream right now, remember that there is a chat over to your right on the screen, right next to me. And you can chat in there during the video, and I can see it and interact with you in that way as well. Okay, I want to get right into the topic at hand for today, something that's kind of close to my heart this year, as so many things have been changing. But today we are talking about this question: are you different? Are you different? Well, I know that I have changed a whole lot this year, just having so many different opportunities and so many things going on in my life. And that's so very exciting. Change is good. It's something that we are not very comfortable with and we're not prepared for, because obviously, oftentimes we don't know what is going to happen. But change is good. Change is good. Today, we're talking about this question: are you different? And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this for creators, but this also applies to every single person out there. If you're trying to complete goals, get on a mission, do certain things in your life, if you're trying to decide on a college decision, if you're trying to decide on a relationship, or just there's so many different decisions that we have to make in life. And this is a powerful question. Are you different? Yes, it is. So, one of the things that I have learned while doing YouTube is to ask this question, but more importantly, to talk about this: where to put the value. This is kind of one of the biggest questions that I have asked myself this year doing YouTube, because everyone has different places that they put the value. Oftentimes, this is the question that's asked: how many subscribers, right? If you say, oh, you have a YouTube channel, cool, then everybody's like, oh, how many subscribers do you have? And suddenly that's where the value is placed. That is where your identity as a creator, as a good or bad creator, comes from. Well, do you have a lot of subscribers? Do you not have that many subscribers? And who's to determine what's a lot and what's not a lot? There's so many questions and so many uncertainties in defining your value in your subscriber count, or the amount of views that you have, or the amount of hours watched. And all of these things get inside of our head when we're doing YouTube, when we're creating online content. I've been working with some bloggers, some musicians, and just different people who do different things than I do. They don't just do YouTube, and they fall into this same kind of mentality. Is like there's always something that you're putting your value in that kind of takes you off the track that you're supposed to be on. It's something that is valid. And this is a question that we kind of have to ask before we even get into are you different? Because where we put the value defines if we're different than anyone else. Everyone is putting kind of the value in subscriber count and popularity and all of these things. But we have to ask these questions as well. Lots of questions today. Why are you in this? Why are you doing this, right? Does it make you different? This is a kind of a different way to word this question. But when we're thinking about the things that we do in life, whether it's YouTube or online content creation in general, social media, blogging, composing, like public speaking, anything that we're doing that's big, that feels big, is it making us different? Guys, I have so many interests in life, so many interests. And oftentimes I get very overwhelmed by all the things going on in my head and all of the interesting things that I could be doing in a day. And that made me college, because I was like, what do I do? Like, where am I going to go? What is my choice going to be? What do I want to do with my life? And this is actually the question that I ended up asking myself after a couple months of doing YouTube. I was like, is this making me different? And the answer was an overwhelming yes. I learned so much about myself. about my personality, about my content. I'm getting ahead of myself. But like, here are the things that have changed in the 8 months that I've been doing YouTube. My perspective on life, on the content that I create, like on everything, my perspective about what is important, where the value lies, and what I'm actually trying to accomplish has changed so much. When I first started YouTube, it was a dare. It was a personal exercise to pick up my camera more often. It was as basic as that. And yet, it's turned into this amazing thing that so many people are impacted by. Even though I have a small channel, I get comments all the time of people saying, wow, I really needed to hear this today. And that is so, so very powerful. So my perspective has changed about the content I create. You know, my attitude approaching YouTube and approaching making videos and doing live streams and things for you guys, it's changed from a place of like, I don't know what to put out that people will watch to I need to share what's in my heart, because if it's changing me, then it will change you as well. Hey, it's changed my content, obviously, because if it's changed my perspective, my attitude, and the content I'm creating is going to be different. So it's changed my content, it's changed my audience. You guys are like, oh my goodness, wow, I love this Katie so much more. The one that's actually sharing her heart and actually sharing what she's passionate about. This is changing everything. And also, finally, it has changed my reaction to things. When people unsubscribe to my channel, when people dislike, when people say rude things, when people ask questions that may seem rude, all the things that are going on, it has changed how I react to those things. There's so much growth that takes place. And so when we ask this question, are you different? If we're not different, if we're not changing, if we're not growing, then we're probably not in the right spot. Now, guys, we all go through deserts in life where we're just really frustrated, whether it's our creating is kind of on hold. I've had those moments in life where I'm like, I just want to like paint this. I got to get this done, but I just can't. I just feel really exhausted. We all have those moments in life where we're struggling. But at the end of the day, we're going to get through those. We're going to get past those if we are doing things that help propel us, that give us momentum, that push us forward. Oftentimes, I've noticed that the areas in my life where I was struggling the most were areas where I hit the pause button on learning and growing. I wasn't challenging myself. I wasn't trying to grow. I just wanted to feel comfortable. And that's something I've learned on YouTube. You know, I get to a point where I'm like, this is really working. I should do this. And then I have to say, hold up, Katie, you don't want to be in a spot where you're not still learning, where you're not still growing. This is something that we all have to learn. And this is why the education system is so important. Like, as younger people, oftentimes, we don't see the value in learning. But as you get older and you realize like there's so much to life and so many opportunities, you suddenly start to realize, whoa, this all makes sense. I'm going to throw my blog post that I just came out with today. I'm going to throw that down in the description, and I'll put it on all my socials and things. You guys can go check that out. I really want you to read this blog post because it kind of coincides with what we're talking about in this live stream today. Really, really talking about the difference between thinking and having a perspective of like luck for creating and hard work and effort and perspective. I want you guys to read this post. I have an audio version that you guys can listen to if you want to, but I want to get this into your hands because this is exactly what we're talking about. It goes even further than what we're going to be doing on the live stream today. But I want you to think about that question. Whenever you hit something that's new or scary or, like just may change your life, think about that question. Is this making you different? Are you different? There's kind of two different questions here, and you ask these questions at different times. So you have, are you different? And is it making you different? Are you different? I ask myself this question at the end of every week. Are you a different person today than you were yesterday or last week? And are the things that you are doing in life, are they making you different? One is looking behind you and recognizing how you've changed, and the other is looking forward and figuring out where you're headed and if that's actually going to change you as a person. When I say, is this making you different? I mean this in a positive way, everyone. I mean this in a positive way. I have a lot of new subscribers here. A lot of you guys have come over for my laptop review, which I'm so excited about. Like, that's awesome. But I don't want you guys to lose track of what this channel is about. And honestly, if this isn't what you want to hear, then totally feel free to unsubscribe because I don't want you guys to be here for the wrong reasons. But this is what you need to know. If you have a YouTube channel, if you're creating other kinds of content, if you have a business, if you're like making things, whatever you're doing, this is the stuff that you need to hear. I'm not going to tell you how to create your stuff. Not going to tell you like what you should use and what you shouldn't. That's like so not my department. I have no business telling you what's right for you. But over the time of doing YouTube, I've learned way more about myself and how perspective has so much to do with the content we create. And that has shaped my perspective. It's changed my attitude, all those things, perspective, attitude, content, audience, reaction, all of the things in life that are going on. Those things start to change when you're changing. And here's the important key for you to remember today. When you're changing and you're growing, that is so attractive to your audience. I've had some people who have said like, "Oh my goodness, love being a part of this journey, love being with you as you're growing and figuring things out and sharing those things with us." That is so, so beautiful, okay? When you're being transparent and honest with people and you're telling them when you're excited and when you're not so excited, when you're sharing those things with people, they feel like they're a part of it. So I really want you guys to use this and implement this kind of transparency and constantly asking this question, are you different? Because if you ask this question every single day, when you go to bed at night, if you ask yourself, am I different? And the answer is no, don't freak out. Just say, okay, I need to make decisions that are going to make me a better person, that are going to make me a better content creator, that are going to make me a better individual. Super excited for you guys. This is the reason I have this channel. This is the very focus of this channel, is that internal mental change that controls what kind of content you're putting out there, like how genuine that content is. And that's what's really changed me. And that's what's really changed the content that you guys see, going from like really, really time consuming, ridiculous, boring tutorials to this, which is still a work in progress, guys. Still looking at my content and not liking it. That's a part of the process. But at the end of the day, if you're focusing on this question, if you're focusing on, are you different? Are you different? Are the things that you are doing making you different? If you're focusing on that question, then the content you're going to create is going to be a part of you, and people are going to love that. People are going to find so much attraction in that. People are going to love joining your story, watching as you grow. It may not feel like it right now, but it will come. I found this to be true. I'm working at it, working towards it, and I see progress, and I want you guys to see progress too. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. If you loved this, if you liked this, if you want to see more like this, then go to my channel. Sometimes people don't know how to go to the channel. At least some family members of mine were like, "How do you go to the channel?" So there's a little picture of me down below, left-hand corner below the video that you're watching right now, and if you click that, then it will take you to all of my other videos, my main page on YouTube. Go click that, watch more content, subscribe, do all the things. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. Take what we're talking about today and let it propel you forward into the week. This is why I love Mondays, because guess what? They change you if you let them. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a fantastic Monday, and I will see you in the next video.